Here, this is Lord Potato, and this is what if Boruto was the reincarnation of Blackbeard. Now, I should have finished this like 2 months ago or something, or what's I don't remember when I last upload. I think it was 2 months ago. Yes, I should have finished this when I was actually making part two and all that. But let me finish it right now, and because I'm gonna try to finish a bunch of what ifs that I left off and didn't finish. So yeah. But let me do a recap on what happened last time. Actually, not really. I'm actually just gonna try to finish this, and if you really want to recap on what happened last time, well, go rewatch part two. I don't know. So, after Boruto defeating Sasuke and Naruto, killing both of them, taking one of the renegades and putting it in his one of his eyes. That's not the Jogan and everything. But yeah, Boruto has went after the leftover Karma members. So some of his elites, some of his like low rankings are going after the last not low ranking Karma members, but the last members of Karma and all that Car or whatever the hell it's called. So they find Code and of course manage to kill him. Of course, Code is trying to use his ability to kind of, I don't actually know how his ability really works, but they managed to kill him because Shin was there and sniped his ass really easily. And of course he couldn't do anything to a sniper bullet because he easily gets killed. Of course they find what's called a kid and the purple hair girl with pink hair and all that. And of course they do get rid of her. Well, she doesn't actually get rid of. She says that she was willing to help Boruto. And Boruto, who was actually there, says, "What information do you have on the Leaf Village exactly?" She explains that the Leaf Village new Kage is Konohamaru Sawatobi. This is where Boruto's interested and he says, I might have use for you. And of course she says, please do, Black Knight. Because she's all about kind of simping over, Boruto and Kawaki and what's called in the manga and all that. I don't even know if it happens in the anime, but yeah. She's like, yes, my lord and all that. And Boruto says, what? And she says, lord. And of course, Boruto says, whatever. Let's go, man. So all of them leave with her and also what's called a little kid and all. Now it hasn't really been shown on what the little kid can do, or I haven't read on what the little kid can do, but yeah. Now, this is where we go into, going into the Leaf Village. The Leaf Village is right now kind of in chaos and sadness. The fact of how Naruto and Sasuke are dead. And the other villagers are kind of torn because, their greatest allies, Naruto and Sasuke, those who defeated, Kaguya, has just been killed. Ishiki is dead, so that's one less problem for the five great nations. But now Boruto's risen with an army and is now trying to get rid of all the five great nations. They thought of them, first of all, not thought of them. They all thought in their heads that they thought that they did a good thing to let Boruto be running free. Now, since that happened, they are now terrified of what Boruto's gonna do. Now, Boruto, he really doesn't have a vengeance to kind of destroy the Leaf Village. Actually, he does. He hates the Leaf Village. He hated everything. So yeah. So Boruto's actually not gonna destroy the Leaf Village. Not really. He doesn't like starting war. Well, he does, but he just wants to be the ruler over the five great nations. And if the five great nations start fighting back, he's gonna have to destroy them. So that's what the five great nations do. They all alliance again, like if it was the Fifth Great Shinobi War and all that, which it kind of is, versus Boruto's army. Now, all the five great nations kind of meets up and all that to discuss versus Boruto. Now, Boruto did kind of ask, what's her name? I should. So, her name is Ada, and of course, Boruto kind of asked Ada about what is happening in the Five Great Shinobi, what's it called? Not war, but the Five Great Nations. Ada says that they are starting war and planning to kill you if you come anywhere near the Five Great Nations. Boruto nods and says, "Okay, ready, man." He goes and screams at his, like 6 boats and all that. And of course, everyone's hearing him. And Boruto says, "Listen up, man. We are here to conquer the Five Great Nations. After that, we will become full, rich, and rulers of the Five Great Nations. They think that they can stop us? Then think again. We are the darkness. We are the darkness. We will take over the light." And everyone nods and they screams and all that. And they get off the boat and they are now on the land. Because they were right now on the sea, kind of partying, and now they're on what's called land. So of course, Ada is right now next to Boruto. And of course, Boruto's actually the same, well, I don't remember what I said about Boruto being the same height, or not really the same height as Blackbeard, but Boruto is 16, and he is 6'2". Now, Ada is never mentioned. I don't even know if there's mention. So it's not really mentioned in Ada's height or anything, or her age. So I'm gonna say that she is kind of like 16, the same age as Boruto. And of course, she is what's called the height of like 6'3", but not as tall as Boruto. You know what? Screw it. Boruto's like 6'8". Screw it. Yeah, whatever. Now, since that is happening, they are going straight to the Leaf Village. While different army of Blackbear army is right now being led by some of the elites to take out like Sand Village, the what's called. So, yeah, the Sand Village, Stone Village, Mist Village, Cloud Village, and Boruto's going to the Leaf Village. So yeah, Boruto's going to the Leaf Village with Borjo and Shin, and also his loyal very loyal loyal companion. I forgot his name, but it's the one where he kind of just whatever. He's coming along also with Ada, and Ada's little brother's coming along. But yeah, they get to the Leaf Village while the other villages are getting kind of destroyed because of Boruto. And Boruto's walking through the Leaf Village like he owns it. This is where multiple ninjas appeared and started trying to attack Boruto. Boruto hits the air and just uses, Quake no Mi, and kind of shakes all like the ninjas, so they already in the area of Boruto can just use the Quake no Mi, which there's not really a limit or area or anything. And of course, all of them are getting shaked up and all that. And then Boruto uses the Yami no Mi to use the darkness and kind of take their souls. I think that's how energy souls or whatever the hell it's done. But yeah, he does that, and of course he kills them. With that, Sadara appears. Mitsuki is also appear. Kawaki and Hinabi appears. But of course, this is where Ada appears, who's actually going to fight against Sadara. Ada's little brother is actually going to fight against Hinabi. Kawaki's going against Boruto. And Bruno's is right now going against Mitsuki. While Shin and Lafayette and Shin are right now just causing massive destruction damage in the Leaf Village, which right now Konohama is trying to fight against Laugh, and Laugh is right now just easily kind of kicking the hell out of Konohama. Cause if you realize, Konohama was actually pretty much nerfed in Boruto, so he's easily just getting his ass beat. Kakashi appears and of course tries to attack Laugh until Kakashi didn't realize this, but Sniper already shot 2 bullets and hit Kakashi's arm, and the arm that was about to use Purple Lightning right here. So of course Kakashi's out of he can't use any jutsus or anything. So right now he's just trying to kick at Laugh, and Laugh really just kicks Kakashi out of the way, and it's kind of laughing. He's like, "Huh, you think you can really stop me?" Of course, this is where Kawaki's right now trying to fight against Boruto, and Kawaki does not have an arm. He only has one arm, and it's right now just doing a hand signs with just one arm until he fires out fireball. Shoots a fireball at Naruto. Well, not Naruto, Boruto. Boruto uses, the Quake no Mi to kind of, well, not the Quake no Mi. He puts Armament Hawk into his arm and punches a fireball, dispelling it. So, yeah. This is where, Kawaki is shocked and then rushes at Boruto. Now, we go into Sadara versus Aid. Now, Aid is pretty good at like seeing the different. Well, she knows about the moves and all that, and her eyes are quick as fuck to see like the Sharingan line. And of course, Adora is using her Sharingan, but of course, she's trying to predict like the attacks from Aid, and Aid did manage to like knee her in like the chin. Sadara gets knocked back, and of course, she says Amaterasu. She tried to hit Aid. Aid managed to jump away, like dodge. Of course, this is where, Aid's little brother fighting against Hanabi. Hanabi says, Gentle Fist style, 128 Palm Strike. That's where Aid's little brother did manage to kind of just speed blitz Hanabi, because he was not really, there's not really much about his information ability or anything. So he also puts his arm into becoming a rock and punches Hanabi, and Hanabi is down for the count. Even though Hanabi tries to use the 128 Palm Strike. But this is where he wins, and of course Aid did also win against Sadara, because Sadara did try to use only Amaterasu, and it's not trying to use, Susanoo, because that would just make her blind and all that. Until Kawaki is right now losing against, Boruto. Boruto says, "You are weak." This is where Kawaki kind of tries to use Karma Seal, because he's not used to not having the Karma Seal. When he tries to use the Karma Seal, he realized that he doesn't have the Karma Seal. So Boruto puts Armament Hawk into his arm again and punches Kawaki so hard just to break his head. His skull is all shattered in his face. He's dying slowly. And of course Boruto says, "Don't worry, this is a quick death." He shoves his hand through what's called Kawaki's neck, just splitting it in half. So yeah. So Kawaki's dead. Now this is where we go into the fight against Mitsuki versus Bruno. Now Mitsuki's already using different jutsus and all that, and using snake jutsus. Bruno's right now just punching through all of it, rushing against Mitsuki, and almost punching Mitsuki. Mitsuki managed to dodge, and of course this is where, Boruto appears and grabs Mitsuki from the head and smashes him down to the ground. Of course, this is what Mitsuki says, "Boruto, please, don't do this." Boruto says, "Then you should have given up, Mitsuki." This is where Boruto crushes his head. He has no remorse or anything. Bruno says, "My leader, I had this, and why did you jump in?" Boruto says, "Bruno, there's other people. You can go ham. I don't care what you do right now." And Bruno says, "Yes, sir." He rushes into the ninjas that are rushing at Boruto and punches the shit out of them really fast. He's now right now punching through like a bunch of ninjas. Yeah. Of course, this is where, Shin is right now sniping, punching ninjas. This is where A is like seeing Sadara and says, "I'm so sorry, Sadara, but you're gonna have to die." Sadara uses Susanoo and almost kills Aid and also her younger brother and all that, until Boruto appears and uses the Yami no Mi to make a wall, boom, to block the Susanoo sword. This is where Sadara says, "Boruto, you killed Kawaki. Are you gonna kill your sister also?" Boruto says, "What sister?" And Sadara just realized that Boruto has no emotions to it. And then Aid says, "Thank you, my lord." And of course, Boruto says, I mean, you're gonna owe me one for this. Besides, you're kind of good looking and all that. He said it like that. And of course, Aid was amazing. Of course, just flirting, blah, blah, blah. And Boruto just saying this because he doesn't, like, mind having a kid and all that. He knows about he's gonna have to have an heir and all that when he rule over this with an iron fist. So yeah, with that happening, Boruto, he stops making the darkness wall and rushes at Sarada using armor and hawking to his like arm, well fist. Punches at the Susanoo. It doesn't do anything, but Sarada is just like trying to slice at Boruto. Boruto, he realized that didn't do really much until he puts the Quake no Mi into his fist again, put an armament hawking and punching the Susanoo again. Now the Susanoo has little cracks now appearing. Not, well, I mean, that's because of the what's called devil fruit and all that. But also, Sarada is losing a lot of chakra and her eyes are only not the EMS, but only the MS. So she's losing really bad. Her eyes are going blurry right now. Sarada says, no, I can't give up right now. She tries to use the hunger healings and all that because she can. And of course, Boruto says this is such an annoying. So A did try to kick at the Susanoo. And the Susanoo did try to cut her down. And of course, Boruto did grab her away. And the Susanoo's arm did try to crush at Aid and all that. Just smashes the ground because Boruto helped her and all that. And of course, Boruto rushed again, putting both his arms into armor and hawking, one into darkness, so Yami no Mi, and the other into the Quake. And Boruto shoves both his hands into the Susanoo, kind of cracking it more. Now, of course, even though Sarada has a hunger healing, her eyes are right now just becoming much more blurred because she has to regen the cracks. Boruto, he starts just rapidly punching the Susanoo, using the armor and hawking, the Quake no Mi, the Yami no Mi. And of course, it's cracking more. Sarada's Susanoo is kind of dissipating also. It was only at the, what's it called, well, skeleton form, and not really at the armor form or anything. And of course, Sarada Susanoo's like, no, I can't do this. Boruto, last punch, breaks through it, and says, Sarada, you're dead and I don't care. Shoves his hand through Sarada's heart and rips it out. Just like Sasuke shoves his hand through Sakura and Kakashi shoved his hand through Rin. Boruto just following in the footsteps. No, I'm just kidding. But really, I just wanted to do it like that. And Boruto did that and says, die! Smashes her heart. This is where Sakura appears and says, no! You kill my daughter, you kill my husband! And tries to punch at, well, Boruto. And Boruto puts armament hawking to his, like, arm. Pushes Sakura away and uses Yami no Mi to just, well, shove his hand through what's it called, Sakura's, like, heart and all that. Well, yeah, the heart and all that. And rips it out and puts darkness all around it and crushes it. Of course, Sakura's dead. Sakura. Useless trash can. Now, of course, Hinata appears and says, you're not killing your sister, Boruto. And of course, Boruto says, what sister? I never had a sister. Or, I never known my sister or my mother. So die. This is where, what's it called, Hiashi appears and says, Boruto, since your actions in against the clan, I will have to take you down. And Boruto says, oh really? Shin. Bruno, attack. Bruno appears and starts fighting against Hiashi. And of course, Hinata didn't realize, but she got shot already in the heart. Hinawari also gets killed by Shin, because Shin is a goddamn sniper god. And Bruno is right now fighting against Hiashi and all that. When Hiashi tries to use gentle fist, this is where Boruto grabs one of Hiyashi's hands and breaks it. Just cracks it. This is where Bruno punches Hiashi in the face and starts beating the hell out of him. Now, we go into the other villages. The Sand Village is now in just pure destruction. Cause, well, the one person, what's it called? Well, let me mention this. Wolf and Vasco shot into the Sand Village and just destroyed it. With also a part of Boruto's army also went in there and destroyed it. Managed to kill Gaara and all that, and also Tomari, not Tomari, but Kankuro. But yeah. Now, of course, this is where we go into the mist. Nadarina, Zayana, who has, in original canon for Blackbeard, she has a double fruit where it allows her to use the Kindle or something like that. And it's like a fox double fruit where it allows her to disguise herself and all that. She assassinates the, the Mist Kaide, Mei, and even Chojiro, and Ao, and all that. This is where, Ao did betray anything like that, whatever. Of course, this is where, Dr. Q, who was actually the doctor of Bart and all that, a great doctor, he has his own army that went to the Stone Village and killed the Tsuchikage there. Now, who is going to the Cloud Village? Well, it is. So, Avalo and Shiro are going to the Cloud Village and has destroyed the Cloud Village and killing the, Raikage and also the other ninjas. People who were trying to rise against Blackbeard. Well, I mean, Bart, if you want to know that. Okay. So, after those, great nations are done, Bart has already finished with what's called the Leaf Village. And we go into the, about a couple of months later. Boruto has now become the ruler of the 5 great nations, and also the smaller nations. Boruto is kind of ruling over the 5 great nations with an iron fist, and he does, we kind of go, he is kind of like the Kage and all that, but he is mostly a king, a god, towards us in the 5 great nations. That's how Blackbeard wants to see himself, a god, so that's why Boruto sees himself as a god. With his crew members are kind of like the kings in what's called, kind of like making sure that everyone is kind of following the rules of Boruto and all. But yeah, this is where we go into a time skip about 2 years. Boruto is now 18 and has married, Ada, which he did have a kid who has blue hair and black, highlights. This boy is named Adoto. You know what, screw it. I don't know what to call him. But yes, this kid does have what's called double fruit abilities from Boruto and also Ed's ability to see, kind of to getting knowledge and all that. So yeah. But yeah, this actually we're gonna end it off. Have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato, potato. Potato, potato. But yeah, that's all I wanted to mention for this. What if I'm gonna be making a new what if later? And yeah. Now probably. I don't know. If I don't get tired enough, I'll probably do one. But yeah. Bye bye. Potato, potato.